going on, everybody? This is Matt Does Fitness, and as is tradition, I'll start this video with a joke. A guy goes to see a doctor and the doctor says, "You're overweight." The guy says, "I think I want a second opinion," and the doctor says, "Okay, you're also ugly." Right, I've made this video to talk about a topic, something which is becoming more and more prevalent, particularly recently, and that is a scenario whereby people think it is acceptable to just say, "He's on drugs, he's on drugs, just to kind of outright accuse everyone, left, right and centre, of being on performance enhancing drugs, steroids, growth hormone, whatever. Okay. Now I watched a video recently on this by Dan at Home Physique. I'll link it in the description. It was a brilliant video, and what he used kind of an analogy, and it's a fantastic one. What he said was, if you go to the gym and you finish up and you go into the changing rooms and you see a guy who is massively well endowed, you would not automatically think he's taking drugs. Like, that would never cross your mind. If you saw someone that was like a really symmetrical, really attractive, handsome face, you wouldn't think they've had surgery. That would never cross your mind. That would not be the thing you would think. So why is it when people see someone that is huge or massively ripped, why is that the automatic assumption that they are taking performance enhancing drugs? Now, I'm not naive. I do understand that athletes, particularly in the bodybuilding kind of world, drug use is prevalent. There are obviously a lot of guys that are taking the stuff, and it doesn't help when you get big cases of athletes who they claim to be clean and it comes out later that they have been taking stuff. That obviously doesn't help, and people become more kind of suspicious and pessimistic about this. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's fair to see a guy you have never met before, you have absolutely no knowledge of their life or their background, to say, yeah, he's taking drugs, he's definitely taking drugs. I mean, I myself have I've had people, a few times, people have said to me in comments, definitely taking drugs. I've had someone said to me, point blank, "I know you are taking drugs," which is absolutely preposterous. It's ridiculous, because obviously, A, that's a lie, and B, I've worked really hard. I do eat a lot of food, but I try to eat well, I try to live my life the right way, and it's massively insulting for someone to turn around and just say, "No, you're taking drugs." Okay, so I don't really think it's fair. Obviously there are some signs. If you've seen a guy for years, they've been training for years, and they suddenly put on a massive amount of mass, or they suddenly become 10 times more ripped, of course that is when you can start having your suspicions. But if there's a guy and you've never seen them before, and at first glimpse you say, "Yeah, they're taking drugs, their physique is unbelievable, it's unattainable, they're taking drugs," that is a ridiculous. You can't take that standpoint, because you are making a decision based on absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. There are guys that are doing it, but likewise there are guys that have fantastic genetics that that are going to look incredible, and it's not fair just to write that off and say outright, "Yeah, they're taking drugs." So yeah, like I said, genetics plays a massive part. I mean, I know people, I'm sure you do, I'm sure everyone knows people that you get a guy who trains every single day, they do the right things, they eat right, but they still they look okay, they look better than average, but they don't look amazing. And likewise, you get someone else who eats loads of crap, doesn't really do, they train but not super, they don't take it that serious, and they look amazing, and again, that is down to genetics. Genetics play a big part. So you might get a guy who is genetically in fantastic shape, and they are predisposed to looking incredible. Obviously they need to do the work and they need to eat reasonably well to attain that, but they are genetically predisposed to looking that certain way. So in those instances, people are automatically going to say, "Yeah, they're on drugs," which again is ridiculous. You can't make those kind of blanket assumptions based on just your idea of appearance. It's not fair. I think as well, people do it because it's kind of human nature. If you see a guy who looks 10 times better than you, it's far easier for you to say, "Yeah, they're taking drugs, I can never achieve that because I'm not taking drugs." It's far easier to say that than it is just to go out there and train really hard and eat better and sleep better and recover better. That's easier just to say, "Yeah, they're on drugs, that's why they've got it, I'm never going to be able to do that." That's just taking the easy way out. Like I said, the better thing to do would be to say, "Yeah, they look incredible, I'm going to try and achieve that, or I'm going to try and get the best physique I can get by doing the correct things, by living my life properly." And even looking at other sports, I mean, if you look at track and field, again, it's very, athletes haven't done themselves any favours, because again, a lot of sprinters come out, and it comes out that they're taking drugs, they've cheated, and obviously that again raises suspicions across everyone, and they all have to kind of carry that burden. But you know, whenever there's any kind of incredible performance, so you look at Usain Bolt, for example, people point the finger and say he's taking drugs because you can't achieve that naturally. Again, these people are making these assumptions based on nothing. They're just drawing, moronic conclusions without any kind of research. Usain Bolt, when he was like 13, 14 years old, was running ridiculous times. He was setting like junior world records and stuff when he was really, really young. So he's always had that ability to do that. It was just a case of, of when he was going to do it. But again, people haven't done that research. They see this guy who is running 10 times faster than they're ever going to run. And for them, it's much easier to say, yeah, he's taking drugs. That's why he's fast. I can't do that because I'm not taking drugs. That is the kind of the lazy, the kind of just the pathetic way out of it. Other than instead of trying to do the hard work and trying to attain the best results they can attain, it's far easier to say, yeah, they're cheating, that's why they're better than me. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that, guys. I don't want to go into a massive rant, but it just, I've been watching some stuff recently and it just kind of grates on me. I think that, like I said, I don't want to be naive. I know, I fully understand there are people that are taking drugs. Of course there are lots of people that are probably saying they're not taking drugs and they are, okay? I do understand that. However, I don't think it's fair to go, there needs to be like a middle ground. You can't say, everyone's on drugs. That's not how it works, right? You need to at least do some research and have some kind of evidence to back it up. Unless you know categorically or you have, pretty overwhelming proof that this guy's on drugs, it's not fair just to say, yeah, they're cheating, because, if they're not, then it's hugely insulting and you are effectively, downplaying all of the work they've done to get to the point they're at. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you found it informative. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.